As the powerful and compact Xperia XZ1 Compact makes its return, Sony Mobile is also throwing the 5.2-inch Xperia XZ1 into the mix. Read this review of the Japanese manufacturer's latest smartphone to discover why Sony has introduced this smartphone together with the XZ1 Compact and what sets all the existing 2017 Xperia XZ smartphones apart from each other. After a few weeks with Sony's smartphone, I can now finally tell you about my experience with the device, which was good, but a little inconsistent. Sony Mobile presented the XZ Premium at the Mobile World Congress at the beginning of 2017. Since the XZ Premium's dimensions make it a colossal smartphone and since carriers in Japan and Sony's consumers also expect a 6-month cycle for new products, the Xperia XZ was also introduced at the MWC 2017. But the XZs and the XZ Premium somehow do not go together. Although both smartphones shared the Motion Eye camera, the XZ's technical features seemed like reused leftover parts that could not justify the premium price hike. The introduction of the Xperia XZ1 will see the departure of the confusing XZs from Sony Mobile's lineup, since the newly introduced smartphone does a much better job filling the gap between the 5.5-inch XZ Premium and the small Xperia XZ1 Compact. The Sony Xperia XZ1 will currently set you back about $599.99, let's see how much bang you get for your buck. The Xperia XZ1's feel meets high premium standards, since the housing is machined from a block of aluminum, unlike its sister models. As a result, Sony Mobile has also been able to give the entire smartphone a very thin design. Nevertheless, to ensure some degree of family affiliation, the upper and bottom ends of the housing have been recessed. Interestingly, they also serve as a type of spacer so that the display glass does not come into contact with the tabletop. Sony must have thought about the numerous antennas by using aluminum as the housing material. As a result, there are two U-shaped recesses on the left and right sides of the housing. Thanks to this design, the rear remains free from the otherwise common antenna lines. Only a tiny recess remains above the Motion Eye camera's flash. It contains the NFC antenna. All buttons, and even the fingerprint sensor, are located on the right side of the housing in typical Sony fashion and, of course, we once again have a dedicated camera button on the XZ1. The left side provides access to the SIM card slot and the micro SD card slot. This flap should be kept closed so that the XZ1 can maintain its IP65-68 water and dust ingress protection in day-to-day use. While the XZ Premium is equipped with a 5.5-inch display with 4K and HDR, and the XZ1 Compact sports a 4.6-inch HD display, the XZ1 fills the gap on the display end with a 5.2-inch Full HD display that also supports HDR. Although it's not an AMOLED screen, the blacks are decent but not absolute, the colors are beautiful and natural, and the support of HDR content has allowed this screen to show its qualities when playing videos on platforms such as Netflix. Gorilla Glass 5 provides protection from scratches. The brightness is really high with its 700 nits and in the sun, I've never encountered any visibility problems. On the other hand, I think that the lowest level of brightness is too high. Especially in the house during the evening, it really bothered me. Another minor flaw,